What's up, y'all? The splash pad is back open, and Aiden is excited as hell, and I'm happy for him. But the high today was like 73 degrees, so I let him splash. I ain't splashing shit today. I'm waiting till it gets at least 80 something. Fuck that. But he had a blast. Oh, been a while since I had a little talk / rant. So while I was there, it's kind of crazy. Well, there was another kid there. I could tell he was on the spectrum. He was stimming, but the person he was with, I thought it was his mom. She was like aggravating the fuck out of me because she was doing everything that you, like somebody who's not educated or not well versed in special needs would do. Like, she left him alone, trying to get him in the water. He didn't want to get in the water, but he was like stimming, having a good time, and she was like, "Get in there, you better get in that water. What's wrong with you? Quit making all that noise, blah blah blah." She was just complaining to him, and it was aggravating my son because hell, Aiden, he heard all that bitch and he started covering his ears like, I was like, oh fuck. I could tell she was agitating him and me. But then, like, in the midst of all that, the boy started like, there's like a big hill that goes to the road up there, right next to the splash pad. That boy just darted off, and she didn't even chase his ass. She was like, she was calling his name, didn't even try to fucking run. I'm sitting there, I'm fucking panicking for her. I race up the hill. I hate fucking running, so I hate running. Then I'm running up a hill, a steep ass hill. But I caught his ass right before he got to the street. I grabbed him by his, not hard, but I grabbed him by his hand. I said, "Come on with me." I brought him back. She said, "Thank you." And I wanted to slap her in the damn head. What the hell's wrong with you? This is your child. It's not my child. Why the hell am I sprinting after this boy? But I did it for him. I didn't do it for her. But I'm glad he was okay. Lord knows if there was like a car or something that would have went. That would have been fucking horrible. But yeah, after that, the kid got back in the water. They were playing and stuff. So then I asked her, I said, "Is that your son?" She said, "No, that's my grandbaby." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then I said, I said, "Is he nonverbal?" She was like, "I don't know." Okay. She was like, "My daughter took her to the doctor, and the doctor, they don't do nothing." I was like, "You didn't get a psych eval or anything?" And she's like, "No." They said that he'll be able to talk eventually, and they didn't recommend anything. I said, "Go to another fucking doctor. What the hell's wrong with you?" I was like, "You notice your son, your grandson, and my son has different mannerisms, right? It's like almost the same, but slightly different. Something's up." I was like, so I was kind of pushing for her to get a psych eval so he can get a diagnosis, so he can get services. Hopefully it'll carry through for her to tell her daughter. But then, like, she came up to me, she was asking questions, which is cool, but like, you could tell she had no clue. And I'm like, I bet the daughter's the same way. She was like, "How do you get them to stop making that noise?" I'm like, they're not going to stop making that noise. I was like, this is how they calm down. It's called stimming. They take in all this information around them, and it's to a heightened degree. So they're making those noises or doing those things or those movement patterns. That's how they regulate their bodies to handle everything around them. Because we take in just regular things. They're taking in like the way the wind blows, the way the water hits, the way people make noises, different sounds that we probably don't even pick up as much. It's all heightened to them. Like, for the longest time, my son couldn't handle the hand dryer inside the damn bathrooms and public restrooms. Like, he would cover his ears. Or the toilet flushing too loud, he used to cover his ears. Now he's okay with it, but still. So I'm trying to explain these things to her, and then she was like, "Okay, potty training." She was like, "No." I was like, "Yes, you could potty train him." I was like, she was like, "Is your son?" I was like, "Yes, my son's fully going number one, fully independent. Number two, it's hit or miss." But that's a common thing with kids on the spectrum. They have digestive issues. But yeah, I was like, you're gonna have to practice with him. You know, you can do it. And she was like, well, how about discipline? Do you discipline? Yes, I discipline him. I mean, I ain't gonna bust him upside his head, but I will discipline his ass, and if need be, I will go to his ass. But it's just like a regular kid. And then I just had to tell her, I was like, look, just because they don't talk doesn't mean they don't understand. I was like, they're taking everything in. And she was like, oh, okay. She was like, so they're smart. I was like, yes, they are smart. They're a lot smarter than you give them credit for. Just because you perceive something doesn't mean, like, everybody only sees one part of a kid with special needs, but they don't understand there's a whole deeper level to this, that they take in things, they understand things, they see what you don't think they see. They see a lot of things. But yeah, it was interesting to say the least, but at least hopefully I made somewhat of a difference. But you know, I like to, when I see somebody else with a special needs child or grandchild or family member or something, I always like to speak to them, be like, hey, you know, you're not alone, you know. And then, like, I've reached out to a couple of people several times over the years, but it's nice for other people to know that they're not alone in all this, because, you know, it's hard. People don't realize how hard it is until you're actually in it. But anyway, we're back at the splash pad, so I'm gonna have to modify my workout. Maybe I might cut out or cut back on the bathroom workouts, and then just carry it over so I can get off earlier and get home in time to go to the splash pad and continue a workout. We'll figure it out, but just giving y'all a little update. Y'all take it easy. Peace.